Bitcoin broke out of this huge falling wedge formation on a 4-hour time frame, and we're now seeing a beautiful bullish retest occurring, and this could be the interesting start of a huge gain to the top side. Bitcoin is showing very interesting charts on the daily time frame, and I think we will see a huge move in the coming hours and days. In this video I'm going to have a look at the Bitcoin and the Ethereum ETFs, and we can see a lot of interesting news coming into the market, and also later today we have the CPI numbers coming in for the US markets. Later in the video I will also have a look at the two altcoins, Solana and Vechain, so you want to watch this video all the way to the end to don't miss anything. Please give this video a like because it will be highly appreciated by me, and with that being said, now let's dive right into the charts. In my video of yesterday I discussed this huge formation for Bitcoin, and this falling wedge formation yesterday was finally breaking bullish to the top side, and as I was saying, we could potentially see a retest of this previous resistance as support, and that's exactly what we did. So we're now seeing a beautiful bounce to the top side, and from this bullish retest you could have entered the market in a long, and you could have already made a more than a 1.45% increase, and especially when you are leverage trading for Bitcoin, this is a very beautiful trade to make. So the top side of this formation will be confluent with the breakout target, and that will bring Bitcoin all the way to the $102,000. So from this bullish retest you could make an interesting gain of almost 7.3%. So this could be a very interesting trade to make for Bitcoin. And if we have a look at another Bitcoin chart on a 4-hour time frame, we can see that this huge formation is unfolding. We can see on the top side a lot of touch points as resistance, and on the lower side we can see now 4 touch points as support, and currently we are bouncing from this support level. So let's see if Bitcoin can come back to this huge top side resistance, and if we can finally maybe see a break to the top side, and that of course will be very bullish and could bring back Bitcoin to new all-time highs. Because if Bitcoin is going to see a break of the formation and that we're going to break the resistance, then I'm going to wait for a retest of the resistance to test it as support, and then I'm going to aim for higher targets, and then the top side of the resistance will be confluent with the breakout target, and that will be around the $108,000. And as I was saying, this is also confluent with the previous all-time high. But of course we are currently at the lower side of this formation, and we could also see a bearish move to the downside, that we're going to break it to the downside, retest the support as resistance, and then we have to aim for lower targets. And then the lower side of this formation will be the confluent with the breakdown target, and that will bring Bitcoin to the $90,000. So this is the bearish scenario, but personally I think we will see more bullish news in the coming days coming into the market, which will have a very bullish effect on the price of Bitcoin, and that eventually we will see a break to the top side. And if we have a look at the Bitcoin ETF flow of yesterday, we can see that BlackRock was the only one that bought yesterday through the ETFs, and we can see a total outflow of $56.7 million, and that was especially because Fidelity is selling their portion of Bitcoin. Currently we are still above the $40 billion in total cumulative inflow, so this is exactly very bullish for the Bitcoin overall. And let's see if the rest of the week can be bullish for the Bitcoin ETFs as well. And if we then have a look at the Ethereum ETFs, we can see that none of the Ethereum ETFs were buying, but we can see that BlackRock was buying for $12.6 million in total. So Ethereum was having a little bit of a bullish day yesterday, but let's see if the rest of the week can be as bullish as well, and if the other Ethereum ETFs are going to buy. Because in the last few days we saw that none of the Ethereum ETFs were buying or selling their portion. And zooming in all the way to the 1-hour time frame, we can see that Bitcoin is currently in this falling wedge formation, and this looks a little bit like a falling channel. And on the top side we can see many touch points as resistance, and on the lower side we can see also a lot of touch points as support. And this falling channel formation is a typical bullish bias pattern, which is a reversal pattern. We first saw a beautiful spike to the top side after a bounce, then we are seeing a huge consolidation to the downside, but most likely we will see a break to the top side, and then we can aim for higher targets. And then the top side of this falling channel will be confluent with the breakout target, and that will bring Bitcoin back above the $100,000. So this could be the move that Bitcoin is going to make today, and of course we are in this channel, so we could also see more consolidation happening, and of course there's also a bearish scenario possible, and that will bring Bitcoin to lower lows. But for now I think Bitcoin will see a reversal of this huge falling channel formation, that we're going to see a break to the top side, a retest of the resistance and support, and then we can aim for higher targets. And if we're going to see a break of this resistance trend line, I'm going to enter the market in the long after this bullish retest. So you are warned for the next move for Bitcoin, and this could be the next Bitcoin move for in the coming hours and days. And zooming out all the way to the daily time frame, we can see that Bitcoin is in this huge formation. We can see multiple touch points here on the lower side as support, and also on the lower side we can see resistance coming into the market. The price of Bitcoin is getting squeezed into this daily formation, and we will most likely see a break maybe this week or in the coming week. But Bitcoin always tends to break out before the apex of formation is getting reached. So I think personally we will see a big move in the coming hours and days, because Bitcoin is still in this bullish uptrend, and I think the trend is your friend until it ends. And I think we will see a break to the top side. And if we're going to see a break to the top side, I'm going to wait for confirmation of the break of the resistance trend line. Then I'm going to wait for a retest of this resistance as support. And at this bullish retest, I'm going to enter the market. And then I'm going to aim for this higher side of the formation, which will be confluent with the breakout target. And that will bring Bitcoin all the way to the new all-time high. And the previous all-time high is, of course, around the $108,000. So this daily formation is about to break, and we will see a huge move next. And let me know in the comments, do you think Bitcoin is going to see a break to the top side, or that we are going to see a break to the downside? And later today, we have the US Consumer Price Index, the CPI coming in, and the numbers were for the last month were at the 2.9% of inflation. So let's see what today will bring us. And the forecast of today is also 2.9%. So if the CPI data is coming lower than expected, then we will see a huge pump in for Bitcoin and also for the stock market. And if this percentage is coming in higher than 2.9%, then I think we will see more of a bearish news coming into the market, and which will have a very bearish effect on the price of Bitcoin, crypto assets, and also stocks. So let's see what will happen today, and it will be coming into the market at 8:30 in American time. So yeah, this is going to have a lot of volatility into the market, and let's see what is going to happen later today. And zooming out to another Bitcoin daily chart, we can see that Bitcoin is still in this uptrend with higher highs and higher lows, and currently it looks like that Bitcoin is going to create a higher low. So we created this low, now we're creating a higher low. So this is looking like a beautiful uptrend, and this is why I think that Bitcoin is going to see more topside, and that we're eventually going to break above this resistance and going to create a new higher high, which will also be complemented with a new all-time high. So if Bitcoin can break this resistance to the top side, we are going to maybe see a retest, create a new higher low, and from here you could also enter the market in the long, because this would be a very safe investment if you're going to retest these previous highs, and that of course will be very bullish for the market. So as I'm always saying, the trend is your friend until it ends, and currently we are still in a bullish uptrend. So let's see if Bitcoin can continue the uptrend. And there's also, of course, a bearish scenario possible, and that means that Bitcoin is falling below this huge support level on the lower side, and that we're finally going to create a lower low and a lower high, and that of course could also start the bear market for Bitcoin. But for now, we are still in this bullish uptrend, so I think we will see a continuation of the bullish uptrend. And yesterday we also had some very interesting news coming in, and that was that Hong Kong now accepts Bitcoin, Ethereum as proof for investment visa. And earlier this week we had Japan coming in, that they are also embracing Bitcoin. And yeah, this is of course very bullish for the market. And Hong Kong is now the first of China to accept Bitcoin. And if China is going to accept Bitcoin, then we will most likely see a huge player in the big world economic market coming into the Bitcoin space. And this of course will also be very bullish for the price of Bitcoin. So for now, Hong Kong is embracing Bitcoin, and this is very bullish. And the first interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is Solana. Solana was in this huge formation on the daily time frame. We finally broke bullish. We reached a new all-time high. We retested previous resistance as support, and at this bullish retest, I was telling you that I was entering the market for Solana. And at this bullish retest, you could have made an interesting gain of more than 44% to the top side. And this new all-time high was created several weeks ago, and now we're seeing a little bit of a downtrend to the downside, of course. But for now, this horizontal support is also coming into play, which is acting very bullish. And as we can see here, in the past, we can see resistance coming into the market around this previous all-time high. So if Solana is going to break this all-time high, we most likely will see a retest of this resistance to test it as support, and then we can aim for higher targets, and then we can also create a new higher high. And I think Solana will reach the $300 in this coming bull market very easily, and maybe we will even reach the $1,000. So if we have a look at another Solana chart on the 4-hour time frame, We can also see this resistance trend line coming in, and that we're seeing a lot of resistance at this level. So eventually, if Solana is going to break to the top side, we could potentially see a retest of this resistance to test it as support. And at this bullish retest, I'm going to enter the market, and the top side of the formation will be confluent with the breakout target. And if this bullish retest happens in the coming hours, we can probably see an increase of 47% to the top side to this breakout target. So this could be a very interesting trade to make on Solana. So let me know in the comments, are you still bullish on Solana? Do you still hold Solana in portfolio? And what is your price prediction for Solana in 2025? And the next interesting altcoin I want to have a look at is Vechain. We can see Vechain is currently holding this support very strong, and these horizontal lines are getting respected very carefully. In the last months, we saw this huge descending triangle unfolding. Then we saw a break to the top side. We retested this horizontal resistance as support. Then we saw a beautiful increase, and now it looks like Vechain is seeing a little bit of a bearish trend. So of course, we want to see that more bullishness is coming into the market for Vechain. And currently we are back at this huge support. So let's see if Vechain can hold the support and see more topside from here. And also, if we have a look at another Vechain formation, we can also see that this bearish retest could potentially happen. We broke down from this huge support area, and now we're breaking below it. So if Vechain comes back to this level, we could either see a bearish retest, and that could of course mean that Vechain is coming to a bear market lows. But of course we want to see that Vechain is going to retrace from this level, eventually invalidate this support level, retest it as support, and then we can aim for higher targets. So these are the two scenarios for Vechain that could happen. And the chances for a bearish retest are much higher because this huge horizontal level is acting very strong, as we can see in the past. A lot of touch points here as resistance and support. So we're now falling below this level, so we could maybe retest it again as resistance. And this of course would be a little bit more bearish for Vechain. So let's see if Vechain can also see probably a break to the top side, and that we're eventually going to see more bullish top sides. So we want to see a reversal for Vechain, and that we're going to create higher highs and higher lows, and that of course will be very bullish for Vechain. So as well, let me know in the comments, do you hold Vechain in your portfolio, and what is your price prediction for Vechain in 2025? So again, please like the video if you think it was useful. In the description in this video, you can find the link to my free Telegram group where I analyze Bitcoin more in depth, and you can also see the link to my Twitter channel. So I hope you liked this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.